question is, how will the Common Core state standards impact instruction in language arts? And this was very important to me because of many reasons, and I'm going to tell you why. As you all know, I'm from another country, so the international part of it is very relevant to me. And also the US, based on what Sherry said, the PISA report shows that we're not leading. And I will tell you guys, we look to the US to lead. I can tell you that. Regardless of whatever you think, the other countries look to you, or look to us, I can say that I've been living here for a long time, to lead. And we're not doing it. And I want to know why, because I mean, America has some great stuff, some smart people. You're leading a lot of stuff, except running. Of course, we're really doing that. you guys listening back there? We have the technology, we have all the smart stuff. Why aren't we leading in these areas? So I wanted to find out if the Common Core standards will make a difference for us. Okay? All right. Okay, these people have shared their research with us, and the first one says that there have been changes in the proficiency standards in many states regarding curriculum, standards, and strengthening rigor of student assessment. And that's basically what the Common Core standard is. The next one, teachers' delivery of instruction will be of utmost importance in the implementation of the CCSS. And CCSS means Common Core State Standards. How teachers translate the CCSS into practices is shaped by their own beliefs or paradigms. Did I pronounce that word properly? Okay. Related to literacy instruction. And my question is, what are teachers' perceptions of the CCSS in language arts? What strategies and or activities have been done differently in literacy instruction? And I do have other questions, but I knew you were going to be tired and I was going to be presenting at this time, so I didn't bother to put them on the slide. So I would like to know if if it's going to be rigor, is it going to be different? What are they going to do differently? Will these change? Will we be leading the world? You know, what difference will it make in instruction? So that's what I want to find out. All right, I think I will do some first and second rounds of teacher surveys. The first round, I would like to just find out from them, what are their perceptions on CCSS, just to see what they think about it. And then I'll do a second round after they start to implement it. And Dr. Martin, you can jump in and give any of your suggestions. I'll gladly take it. My participants will be K-5 teachers at MES, that's where I teach. And the data will be collected from the participants through the form of survey questions. So I think that's it. Mine is very short. All right, the materials and instrumentation of this research will include the letter explaining the research to the participants as well as the surveys. My risk will be minimal. I think I may have some risk, which would be the number of participants taking the survey, accurate responses to the questions, and teachers' perception of the CCSS. And my benefits is this research will be beneficial to the school district, the school administrators, as well as teachers in the state of Georgia. So hopefully we'll find out, Sherry, why you can't get a 4 or a 5 on the AP. And we'll see what it is. Something is not right, because we need to be leading the other countries. All right, that's it.
Very good, very good.
Crystal's schedule kind of leads me into the problem or the topic I'm looking at. I'm looking at the impact that teaching through science inquiry will have on science achievement. And the problem is Mark and Harris state that because of No Child Left Behind, we've created an atmosphere, especially in elementary schools, where the focus has been on reading and math, and science and social studies is pretty much at a minimum. If you look at Crystal's schedule, I've noticed she has almost 2 hours of math, 2 hours of reading, 30 minutes of science/social studies. So, but one of the things I hear from teachers is, I don't have time to do science experiments anymore. We just work through the book, we do worksheets, we do graphic organizers, but we don't have time to get the materials together, to pull out all the things for the hands-on science learning. The National Research Council states that from the earliest grades, students should experience science in a form that engages them in active construction of ideas and explanations. They should be hands-on in science, but they're not getting that. The research questions that I want to have answered are, will students who are taught by using science experiments for scientific inquiry increase student achievement and increase retention of science understanding? And does scientific inquiry have a positive change on the student's attitude towards science? Because I feel like that's when we should be developing that positive attitude towards science, and we've kind of pushed it to the side. My method, I'm going to look at 2 different classrooms, 4th grade, Bay Creek Elementary School. One classroom will be the control group, one will be where I add the variable. In the control group, I'm going to teach through just traditional graphic organizers, worksheets, collaborative groups, no experiments. Withhold the experiments. For the second classroom, they're going to do lots of experiments. They'll still get the other method of instruction, but they'll have the experiments added in. For both classrooms, I'll do a pre and post test. Before I start the study, the unit study, give them the pre-test. When it's done, give them the post-test. And I would do the gains score to measure the growth to see which classroom had the most growth. I'll also use a passive consent letter to obtain my information, to get my permission. I also want to do a student survey just to kind of see if adding all of the experiments does impact the attitude that they have toward science also. That's basically it.
Brooke, you were the guy we were looking for.
Hey, I've been here.
If you would have gotten up a long time ago, we'd be done by now.
I tried to several times. As you all know, I teach and I coach sports, so of course I'm going to have sports in my research. I think we all will agree that high school sports have a huge influence on our students. You know, sports helps build leadership, working as a team, work ethic, and also just helps the students learn how to be dedicated to something. However, there are some drawbacks to high school sports. All right, being an extracurricular activity, practices, games, all this stuff has to be done after school is let out. All right, and those of you who've coached or maybe participated in sports in high school, you understand that you're looking at practicing 2.5 hours. Some athletics, some of these sports such as basketball, soccer. Ms. Green can attest to the soccer, but some of these sports actually have games throughout the week. And if you have a team that's in your region, such as the So Circle, we're a smaller school, sometimes teams that are in our region are 2 hours away. Coach Ms. Green had a soccer game in Aquinas in Augusta during the week, and it's probably after 11 o'clock when you guys got back from that trip. One. So, I spend the school night. All right. So, as an educator, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that? When are they going to do the homework? When are they going to study for the test? Okay. So, does the no pass, no play have an effect on these students? I mean, they're out doing all these events and everything. Do they have time to study and pass those tests? Or even though they're doing all this, they understand, they know that the no pass, no play, if they don't pass, then they won't be able to play that sport that they love. Okay? So, how does sports participation affect academic outcomes in high school students? And this is the question that I will be researching. All right. Now, in a research study published in 2010 on sports participation and academic outcomes by Barr Anderson, Fox, Newmark, Steinzer, and Wall, they stated that regular physical activity is associated with improved academic outcomes. They studied over 4,700 students in 31 schools in Minnesota and found that sports participation was associated with higher GPA. Ann Rosewater in 2009, in her study, suggested that high-quality organized sports are a gateway to academic achievement, better grades, and improved chances of attending college. She explained that organized sports connect students with their peers, teaches them important skills, and draws them into a task of learning. All right. So the research that I will be doing, will be conducting, will be a causal comparative research. It would take place at Social Circle High School from the beginning of the school year of next year, of 2012, and will go up through October. All right. I will basically be comparing 5 groups of students, the non-athletes in the schools, in Social Circle High School, and students who participate in a fall sport. When I say fall sport, I mean there's football, cheerleading, cross country, and
Softball.
softball, football, cross country, and cheerleading. Okay, I said something wrong for a second. But, so those will be the 5 groups, the 5 categories that I will be studying. All right. Now, when I say it has to be a fall sport, if they wrestle and they play basketball and that's the only sport they do, they will be considered a non-athlete at that time. All right, just will be those students in those particular sports. All right. The participants will be selected from classes ranging from math, science, language arts, foreign language, and elective classes, and there will be 2 to 3 per category. Okay, so that'll be 2 to 3 math classes will be selected from, 2 to 3 language arts. All right, and they will be analyzed in 4-week increments when progress and report cards are distributed, and I will then look at their grades and just compare the grades in those categories to see what the difference is. All right, any questions?
All right. Very good. The only part of my agenda that I wasn't able to get to tonight was actually an optional part anyway. If you feel like you would like to have an opportunity to follow up, first of all, let me say that on the scores, you know, the grades and scores and that sort of thing, I feel like everybody in the entire class did a fine job on the presentations. I think that was a 10-pointer there, and so you can, if you're the type that keeps score, you can just log that one in, okay, for that 10-pointer. But if you have some kind of individual concerns about either of the quizzes, write to me, and we'll try to resolve that in the next day or two. I've got some ideas about how we can do that. I don't feel like I sort of had some kind of hallucination in my head that we might finish a little bit earlier tonight, but you guys are really into it. I really appreciate that. You did a great job, And I think that even in sharing with each other, you're thinking about additional design ideas, additional measurement ideas, and additional concerns that we have across our schools all the way from kindergarten up through 12th grade. So that's been good to hear those. And beyond that, you know how to reach me, you know, between now and August, right? August. And
It works out to like 3 articles a week.
that's good to shoot for.
3 articles a week.
One per day in July.
What weeks are you?
Yes.
One per day.
Yeah, what weeks?
May, June, and July is about 12 weeks, so it's about 3 articles a week.
It's not going to be, for most of you, shouldn't be too terribly hard to find articles. If you can find 2 or 3 good ones, you know how to find a bunch more?
Look at the references.
Look at the references in there. Just, whoa. You know, it starts going like a tree, branching out like a tree. So, yes, I would like to collect your feedback sheets. And
Job, really good.
I figured out how to highlight in
all right, well, thank you all very much. Have a great closeout to the school year, and have a wonderful summer. And I'll look forward to seeing you in August. That'll still be summer.
Yes.
I guess I'll just go there and drown my sorrows in peanut butter parfait. Are we still on video?
It was all, everybody turned theirs in. Of course. You guys have spring break. Hey.
Resto.
Good For accounting year.
It'll be fine.
I get out with them, no, I get out with them, so we run a long run with them like a 5K.
Yeah.
All you have to do is race to the mailboxes, and then like walk, and run really fast and then walk.
That was, my little was like that, but we actually did one last summer. You know that sign they have with Abbey Hospital?
Except that you're not one of
For
them.
remembering somebody
And you can probably call it a
he's
favorite.
pretty good. They started out at the post office. And they went around to where the board office down by 8, came back up. He beat up.
You know, Tara Peyton Brooks, you know who she is?
Yeah, Peyton, yeah.
She's only in kindergarten,
Yeah.
she ran one with her mom and did it in under 2
She
years.
already
Oh,
knows
yeah.
we need a planning sponsor.
Keep up
That's
with
Oh,
her.
yeah.
That was good. Dropping the bucket. Yeah.
I'd like to get Kate running with me, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think she's ready.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
Email me and I'll,
Okay.
I should remember to bring it unless.
Well, you know how it goes.
All right.
I'll have it in the machine over there and so you can get.
Oh, okay, so I can get, okay.
Quiz.
All right.
You know, that doesn't seem.
I'm like, I want to find something.
I need to read your,
I just told
I
her.
need
and I haven't read it yet, but I will.
Well, I was gonna have 3 other teachers with me. So I wouldn't be doing this, I would just be examining.
And those would be
I wouldn't.
12, that was 12, on that,
actual.
and I gotta make sure I take it. Yeah.
You need to try putting it up.
Yeah, okay.
You need to try putting it up, not you guys.
It won't
like
get the end at all.
They got 10 feet right.
The big belt in front. Are you
I
looking
know.
at
This last one we did, I think I'm okay with that one, with the first one.
First one,
Yeah, okay, okay.
I need extra points, I'll email it.
Yeah, I think I'll have your keys, I can bring keys.
Okay. Thank you.
I am still not able to get into my
SkyDrive.
SkyDrive at all.
Now, wait, now, did you see my email
I
back to
did,
you?
I did, but see, I can't, even when I go into, my security question, I answered
Oh.
it, but it won't let me do any of that. So I
Okay,
can't
you're not
get in.
able to get into, you're not able to get into your own
Right,
Piedmont.
right, I can't get into it, so I can't.
What the answer to that is.
So I don't know what I made in my paper, I don't know either.
Oh.
But they did say that, they should respond to me within 24 hours.
Just email me,
Okay.
and I will email the paper
Okay,
to you.
okay,
And just so I don't forget.
okay, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I don't know when.
Yeah, it's less of, yeah, no, I can't think of any way to look it up very fast.
Well, it's fine, I'll look it up when
I mean, let me
once I
just send
email
you the paper.
Okay,
And then,
okay.
because, it's not just the score that you need
The
whatever
comments and
on
everything,
it.
yeah, I need that. And I'll probably, email you about taking a measurement test over.
Okay, and do that, and I will just, I'll send that to you again.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Good night.
Appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye.